My symptoms of histamine intolerance got tied to two main things. Number one was my past trauma, my emotions, my PTSD, the stress that I was perceiving in my own mind in relation to what was going on in my life. That was number one. Number two was mycotoxin sensitivity. People don't talk about this. It is a sensitivity to mold toxins that are in the air. And once your body gets dysregulated from the chronic stress, the trauma, it depletes your regulatory T cells. When your regulatory T cells are low, like mine were, guess what? You become sensitive to what's in the air. And every breath you take, your immune system's surveilling it. Your mast cells are right here. They're in your lungs. Every breath you take, they're surveilling. And if the mold toxins are in there, you're going to be reacting to the mold toxins, and you're going to have a constant secretion of histamine from your mast cells. Every time you take a breath, if you're inhaling mold toxins, guess what's going to happen? Your mast cells are going to keep secreting histamine and inflammatory molecules over and over and over again. You're going to have this excess of histamine in your blood, and you're going to become intolerant to histamine in foods, intolerant to normal biogenic amines. But the reality is, it's because you're constantly inhaling something that's triggering the mast cells into secreting these inflammatory molecules. That's why the number one risk when you have histamine issues is what's in the air, and also what you're thinking. If you're feeling threatened, if you're perceiving danger in any manner, you're thinking about something that's going to go wrong in the future, thinking about something that happened in the past that hurt you, all these things threaten the mast cells, and they make you secrete more and more histamine. So if you want to heal from this, you have to identify, are you in a safe environment right now? Are you in a safe environment where you know for sure that there is no mold or mycotoxins? No, you're not, because you haven't done the mycotoxin antibody test. You go to mymycolab.com. You see what your results are. See if your antibody levels are elevated, your IgG or IgE antibody levels are elevated to the mycotoxins. This will show you right there if you have had significant exposure, or your immune system has perceived you've had significant exposure. Then you will at least know if your environment is contaminated. The next thing you want to do is you want to write down all the triggers, the emotional triggers. And you want to ask yourself, how did this trigger experience make me feel? And look at it over the course of the week. Write down your triggers on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and ask yourself how these triggers made you feel, and see what the common feeling is. What are all these triggers making you feel like? What are the 2 or 3 common feelings that these things are? And look back into your childhood and see if those feelings are things that you felt in your childhood, and realize, guess what? The reason you're feeling this way is because you have unresolved emotions from childhood that are projecting onto this current circumstance, and that is what's making you feel this way. And you're intolerant to certain emotions. You're intolerant to certain emotions. And when you feel these emotions, they're provoked from a current circumstance. It traumatizes you. It kicks that trauma in back from childhood, which makes your immune system kick into gear, send out all this histamine, all these inflammatory molecules, which keeps the cycle going, because then you're more stressed, then you're more intolerant to what's in the air. This is how it works. I help people get out of this situation. Reach out to me. Happy to help.